Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. Today, it is day 3 of the Head Start. Late last night, I made myself my very first ever ornithopter. I gotta tell you, I'm having myself a heck of a good time. But I just want to talk to you real quick about a couple of sticking points that I had when I first got my ornithopter to maybe help you get yours a little easier, a little more smoothly. What you can see here going on right now is vulture mode. It's a toggle. You just press shift while you're flying in helicopter mode. And you can go into vulture mode and it follows your mouse with a little bit of latency. It's got a real glider feel to it. Also, if you don't hold forward, you can press the A and D key to get it to do these turns. And you kind of have to hold it, right? It tries to go back to straight. So you gotta hold it a little bit to get it to make those turns, and then you just press spacebar, you go right back into helicopter mode. And that's how you gain yourself some altitude to make vulture mode a little better. What we're doing right now is I just want to fly over to where you need to go. Oh, I'm not flying the right direction here. But I just want to show you how quickly you can traverse while I show you a couple of locations that you're gonna need to know to get your ornithopter. A couple of locations that I wasn't aware of, some stuff that was kind of a sticking point for me. So when we go in here, look at how fast we're traversing the map here. The first place we're going to go is right up here to the Mesa Taril. This is where you're going to get your diamondine dust and your carbide scraps. These are two items that you did need for the ornithopter that I did not have unlocked, right? I hadn't seen any yet by the time I got to the ornithopter. And so I was not prepared to need to go and get those things. I hadn't been over there yet. I actually had to look up where to find those things. So I want to make sure that you don't have to do that. And I also want to make sure that you understand the best way to go about getting these things. So here we go, we're flying straight into it. So if we take a look here at Mesa Taril, it's a really, really big space, and your impetus is going to be to fly in through that wall right there. That broken wall is pretty obviously the front entrance, and this is actually how I went in. And this is not the most effective way, because I couldn't find any any of these resources out here in this big space on the outside. So what I recommend is actually coming up over the top of this side area, right? Come over the top of this rock outcropping here, and where you're actually going to go to get these resources that you need are back here. You'll see back here you have an entrance that goes back in there, and you actually have to get yourself a key card in order to go back in there. That key card is pretty simple to get. It's just right over here down on top of that table. Right where you see my indicator, that blue light, it's right there. So next to that, there's two chests that also have some of your carbide scraps. There's one enemy down there. You kill him, you pick up your key card, you get your two chests here, and then you can just go ahead and move right in through here. So don't come through the main area, right? Come over the top of some of these rock ledges, get yourself the sugar wire claw. You can also come from this side. Get yourself a sugar wire claw, get yourself a suspensor belt, and do yourself a favor and come through this sideways instead of straight through. These enemies are pretty hard, and since you're probably only going to have about steel tier equipment by the time you get over here, you're actually going to have a pretty difficult time killing these enemies. So just make sure that you do it in as simple a way as you possibly can. You know, use the fact that you can traverse all of this landscape to your advantage. The other thing you're going to need is you're gonna need some industrial pumps. Industrial pumps can be found right over this way on top of the shield wall, and they're actually going to be here inside of the Sentinel City, right? You get heavy caliber compressors, light caliber compressors, and some industrial pumps. This is really, really misleading though, because while the Sentinel City is actually down inside this cave, the entrance is over here. And you actually can access it from Pinnacle Station. You just drive right over here, and there's like a little switchback that you can go up. So we'll go look at that right now. I'm just going to show you how to get into Sentinel City. Another thing you're going to want to pay attention to when you're flying with your ornithopter is if you get too high, you're going to see, also, check that out, Godzilla Rock. I want to build a base up on top of Godzilla Rock so bad it's not even funny. But yeah, if you get a little too high here, increased altitude increases fuel consumption. So gotta be a little careful there. We'll get back under the radar here. You can see, that's the way you're gonna come up there. This is the switchback, so the switchback is actually right at Godzilla Rock. You're going to be tempted to want to go in here. This might actually be a way that you can go in to get back in there. I haven't gone that way, but it looks like you get into the cave this way. So this is probably one entrance. And then the entrance I went in, I actually went through this switchback right here. And then I went up here, and you can go in through this little point of interest as well. So the point of interest you're looking for is inside of this cave, but you have to come in from the outside, so don't let that trick you. It's not on top, it's inside of there, and you just need to go through and kill some of these. So that's really all I wanted to show you all today when it came to the ornithopter. I just want to make sure that you get your ornithopters as easily as possible because they're super duper fun. They're going to really accelerate your ability to traverse the rest of the map. So I hope you all have fun out there in Arrakis. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and follow. And you all have a great day. We'll see you out there on the dunes.